So articulated icons has been around for a while, and I've always had my eye on it. I've always liked the look, and I've always been a ninja fan. Ever since I was a kid, when I got little ninja figurines from the dentist for, being good and not crying my eyes out. Uh, I've always liked ninjas. G.I. Joe 2 with Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, all them. And I've always wanted a generic blue ninja action figure. And for the longest time, the articulated icons blue ninja wasn't really available because a lot of people wanted it for like Ninja Gaiden, and then they made like a different deluxe version with like arms and all that. But they re-released him. They re-released like I want to say the Dusk ninja. I don't remember the specific name. It's in the title. To me, he is dark blue ninja, and I'm here for it. I really like this figure. It's not perfect. It has a couple issues, and one of them is kind of a big deal. But still, I really do like this thing. This is him plain, pretty much. Fisted hands, standard head, right out of the box. We're going to go over his accessories pretty much right away. But first, I do want to talk about this alternate head. This is more of like the Ninja Gaiden head. It does kind of have that look. It has green eyes, oddly enough. I kind of wish the eyes weren't green. I kind of wish they were white or something. The green just makes it look a little too mystic, and I kind of would like it to be a little more grounded in reality, but if it bugs me that much, I could just repaint him or something. I'm not too worried about it. So yeah, you have that head. I don't normally use this head much. That's why I'm just having it on right now. And then you have some fists, which they work good. This is actually an instance where fists are good to have on your ninja action figure, but you can start to see an issue. The hands don't stay on too well. But we'll get to that. So yeah, he comes with those accessories, but let us speak on the other ones. So he does have this alternate head. This is the one I usually use because it's kind of more that streamlined ninja look. It's kind of what I'm more accustomed to. It's kind of what I like more. And you do have an optional hood down with that look, and you have a hood up. I kind of alternate between these. I'll show you how both of them look. And then you have two katanas in sheaths on a belt strap, which I usually keep this on the figure at all times. The sheaths are removable from the straps there, so you can have them like holding the sheath, all classic ninja style. And let's just get on with it. I gotta put this on. I'll show you how he looks with the hood off first. It's easy to just kind of slide that over. I keep this on him all the time, because why wouldn't you? You're gonna need the ninja sheaths, right? And I prefer the classic strap, and that kind of belts in through the strap and into the back. And let's get that new head on. But I'm talking about that because you do also have this alternate accessory, which is like a more modern strap piece. Kind of goes over the torso, kind of wraps over the chest. Not a big fan of it. I will never use it. And I did try putting it on once. Total pain. So I'll probably just never use that. But you do have the two katanas, like I said, and they look gorgeous. You have the shorter one with a little bit of gold, too, at the base of the blade. And then you have the longer one, and they feel really good. Like, I'm not worried about them warping. I'm not worried about them breaking. I mean, they will snap if you try to snap them. But I'm not even worried about the paint scuffing off, putting them in and out of the sheath. I'm really not. But yeah, they kind of snap into the sheath, too, which is nice. But yeah, you can take the sheath off. You can pull it back out. So far, like, I've taken them in and out a lot, and I'm not really seeing issues. Yeah, you can have them hold the sheaths, too. Speaking of holding, you kind of need hands to do that. So he does come with his fists, which I almost never use. So let's take those off. And let's replace one hand with his open hands, which that will be my biggest complaint with the figure. He has his open hands, and you can... Oh, where's the other one? Right there. You can get that. So that's nice. You can at least hold things, sort of. But then you have classic chopping hands, which you need those. Come on. You need the chopping hands. And you get two of those. And then you also get a little dagger, which is nice. You can have him hold it backwards. You can have him hold it forwards. You might be able to kind of get that little loop. Can you get that loop around his finger? Not really. Finger's a little too big. But yeah, you have a little dagger there. No real place to store it that I've found. I mean, you could just like sheath it in there if you want. You know, you could just sheath it there. But no real place to store it. But biggest point of contention with this figure, and this is kind of a big deal, his wrists. they're very loose with the holding hands. Very loose. Like, they will barely hold up the weight of the sword at all. Like, they're just so loose. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just my copy or what. They're just insanely loose. And it's just with the holding hands, too. The fists and the chopping hands are just fine. But the holding hands, the most important hands... Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going to break something. The most important hand... Why is it so tight in there? It never used to be that tight. Oh my goodness. It's because I'm filming, that's why. But yeah, they've never been that bad with the other hands. But the holding hands, the ones you kind of need the most, are just so insanely loose. Come on. It's definitely a letdown. There may be a way to tighten them, like maybe thicken the ball peg and all that, but I think it's because the hands are made out of such a soft material that the hole is just kind of widened over time. And you can see the position of the hole is really close to the side of the hand, which means that one wall of that cavity is very thin because it's basically right up against the back of the hand. So that's probably a factor in it. There's not enough plastic to like keep it enclosed, so it's stretched out. That's probably a factor in it. I mean, I'm not even a toy designer, and I've already like picked up on probably the reason why it's so loose. Because the other hands, they do kind of, like the fists don't really have that problem. The chopping hands don't really have that problem. It's the holding hands, where the hole is so close to the edge of the hand. It's probably the reason. But yeah, besides that, this figure's pretty good. He does kind of have a loose thigh too, but it's no biggie. So let's show you how he looks with the hood. You've seen him with the hood down long enough. Best way to get the hood on is to put the head inside. You can not really get this head with the hood up because of the little tie right there. That's all good. I actually really like him with the hood up. I just really like that. Remember that Jimmy Neutron skit where they're like, this place is crawling with ninjas, and the ninjas are literally crawling around? I loved that. I tried finding the clip on it on YouTube, and I couldn't find it. Anyways, let's talk about his articulation. So the articulation is not really impacted by the hood whatsoever. You can move up, you can move down. No real side to side, but you do get swivel. No butterfly joint. I'm surprised. You just have kind of the universal joints there. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow works fine. The wrists, oh my goodness, I'm done. I'm done with that. Let's replace it with the karate chop. There we go. That one's not loose because they engineered that one, right? So, yeah, the wrists, you kind of saw how they're engineered. They have like that, like the hinge swivel hinge, or the swivel hinge swivel, I should say. So you can kind of get them going up, side to side. That is, for me, like the definitive way to articulate a wrist. Some people don't like how it looks like a ball, but it's an action figure, I don't mind. So he has like, I guess it's like a hinge in the torso. That's what I think it is. And then a swivel up there, and then a swivel down there. No drop down legs, but he does have forward, he does have out, which at least they did that right. Thigh swivel. I say that like there's a lot of problems with this figure. There really isn't. It's pretty much just that one fundamental issue. The knees bend all right. They've been pretty good given the costume. The thighs are just a little loose, though. Boot swivel. Feet can go up and down. Given how this line was made by people who collect action figures, the Fwoosh, I'm kind of surprised they didn't like make that ankle a little more like crazy good. But it's all right. Then pivot's really nice. But yeah, man, those hands. That's kind of really sucky that they did the hands like that. But still, you're left with what is, in my opinion, a pretty kick-ass ninja action figure. They've released this guy in so many different colors and like different variants and all that. Am I going to get more? No. This is a one-and-done kind of thing for me. I've got my ninja. I'm good. Give me a dark blue ninja any day and I'll be happy with it. But yeah, there we go. Articulated Icons Feudal Series and Dark Blue Ninja. I know he's got a technical name, I just don't remember it. Get out of there, Power Ranger gun. Get out of there. Alrighty, there we go. Here is the figure. I recommend it. I recommend getting an Articulated Icons, just trying it out. Because they're cool. They're not perfect, obviously. The hand issue is a big issue. I'm worried I'm just going to tighten it up. And the plastic is just going to keep expanding because of how thin. Like, here, let's look at it again. Because of how thin that is right there. I'm worried that's just going to keep wanting to expand and expand. to the point where the plastic starts to tear. Look, it's so hollow. Here, can you see that? That socket is so hollow, you can see light shining through the plastic. That is not a good design. That's why it's so loose. But anyways, there we go. There's the Articulated Icons Ninja. Really cool figure, besides that one fatal flaw. I still recommend it, though. I think it's pretty cool. Not as articulated as I kind of expected. Honestly, the Power Rangers Lightning Collection stuff has kind of one-upped it, especially in the torso and the shoulders. But still, really cool figure. Alrighty, guys. That's pretty much it with my review. Nothing really to compare it to. It's a standard 6-inch size, if you're wondering. Here, I guess I can do that. The only 6-inch figure I really have on hand is my SPD Blue, because I just filmed my review of him. So let's kind of get him stood up. I guess we'll do this last minute. Here's my SPD Blue. Here he is, stood up next to him. You can see, pretty much standard 6-inch size, no real biggie. You can tell I just finished the review. He's in the same pose too. But yeah, it's a standard 6-inch figgy. Here it is with a transformer, just to see. There you go. I really love the dark blue. I was kind of hoping maybe for a lighter blue color, but come on. That's a nice shade of blue right there. That's a really nice shade. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.